So do y'all remember the first video I made on Nerf thrift gun shopping, store buying, purchasing is? Oh boy, we've got more stuff to say today. So this room is kind of a mess right now, but hopefully that won't impede on the status of the video. I'm just doing a few things at once here, and it's really tiring me out. Now, my Moto Blitz video came out a few days ago, and it's not here because I'm using it for something else, but that's not the point. This week has been a very big week for my channel, and for my Nerf collection, and for Nerf pretty much everything that involves me. We got Moto Blitz, we got the Flip Fury, and you can see that it is not here. And oh god, I have a reason for that. On top of that, the wall has completely changed, and I recorded a 20-minute vlog that documents the entire event. It was an all-day project, and it was very fun, but very exhausting to do, so I'll probably post that right after I post this one. The only reason I haven't posted it yet is because it is a humongous file, and it takes a very long time to upload, but I will get to that eventually. Eventually. Someday. I don't know when. But for right now, we return to the local Cashies thrift store, and today I brought home 4 treasures. 3 came from Cashies. The other one I got at Walmart because I needed a new rough cut, because the last rough cut that I had broke, and which is absolutely hilarious because the rough cut isn't even the one that's known to break, it's the other one that's known to break. But yeah, they had one rough cut, and I was like, This is the Lord telling me I need a rough cut, so yeah, I picked it up. Other than that, though, we got 3 things. We got a disruptor, which looks pretty much brand new. I mean, this is in great condition, even though Brady, I'm sorry you didn't like your rough cut. I'm very, very sorry. Your rough cut is still, or not the rough cut. I'm sorry you weren't happy with your disruptor, because I certainly am, because the strong arm is good, but this one is just way more practical, and I've wanted to get one of these for a while, but it's just too expensive. They also had a blue Chronos, which I've always wanted to get ever since it came out, and I just could never find them at stores. So they had a Chronos, so I picked one up while we were there, and I absolutely love it. I'll be doing a video on this soon. And finally, the one from the beginning of the video, the granddaddy of all 3 blasters, they had a Swarm Fire. Now, unfortunately, the Swarm Fire did not come with the stock, but the Swarm Fire came with the Swarm Fire, and that's reason enough for me. And you could tell just by looking at this thing. I mean, first, I got it for $4. It's still on there. It still says $3.93. That's it. And you can tell this thing has been through countless wars. It is all banged up. There's little scratches all over it. When I got it, the batteries were completely dead. I needed to put new ones in. They had regular Energizers in, and I replaced them with Energizer Maxes, so it works a little bit better than before. And it is glorious. I love this. I absolutely want to paint this, but at the same time, I don't want to harm the historical treasures this thing has endured over the years. And if you don't know what the Swarm Fire is, it is legitimately one of the coolest blasters ever made, because it's basically like if you took the Stampede and gave it a ridiculous looking cylinder instead of a magazine. If I do any sort of painting to this blaster, it's just going to be like outlining these little edges and pronouncing more of the obscure details just to make this thing look as sick as possible. I'm not going to paint over the original yellow. I'm not going to change the colors or anything, or even take it apart. I'm going to hand paint this one. I'm putting all my dedication into this Swarm Fire because it deserves that kind of dedication. This blaster is historical. And on top of everything that I've just said, I think it's also worth mentioning when I got it, it was unbelievably dusty and dirty, and I needed to spend 20 full minutes deep cleaning it just to get it to look like a Swarm Fire again. But I'm not going to review this blaster today. I'm definitely going to review this blaster another day, probably after I refurbish the paint job and get it up to speed, and probably order a replacement stock online just so that I can have the full blaster to do a complete review on. But other than that, let's take a look at the other couple things I got. First, the disruptor. I like the disruptor. The disruptor is comfortable. The disruptor is a disruptor. Let's take a look at the Chronos. The Chronos is a Chronos. The Chronos feels like a Chronos. There we go, overview done. Oh yeah, and I also went to Cashies like last week just because I wanted to get something that I forgot there, and they had a Quadrot, so I picked that one up. I'll be doing a review on this next week. But Yeah, the only other thing that I actually bought is a Simon game, which has nothing to do with this channel, but it's a Simon game. If you like Simon, here it is. Enjoy it. Because I actually like this. But yeah, with everything I just set aside, it's pretty safe to say that I am most excited about this elephant in the room just because I've wanted to get a swarm fire for such a long time now that I can't even possibly give you a full detailed explanation. This was literally the blaster that got me into the Nerf hobby because I saw it at Toys R Us and it was so sick. I had to have one, but I never got it. It was the one blaster that I desperately wanted to have and I never got. Finally, my dreams have come true, and I'm finally getting to hold this thing in my hands and play with it and do a review. I don't care that the darts barely make it to the target on the other side of the room. This thing's sick, and a review of this will probably be coming in less than a few days, or actually, no. I still need to get the stock, so a review will come later, but still, I'm very excited about this and I can't wait to start working on it. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for today. Thank you guys for watching this glorious mountain of garbage of a video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will see y'all next time. Goodbye. Bye. Actually, one more clip to add on to that. I was sitting here editing this and I just realized when I get the stock for that, oh, long shot. You're in trouble.